favorite people in the world. We're gonna look at a second gen Cummins. It's super duper lifted, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be pulling up to Derek's house in a second now. What's up, bud?
Okay, we're finally in the second gen Dodge Cummins. It's a 2001 like dipping diesels. It's got 99,000 miles, 24 valve.
What does Zippin' Diesels got mileage wise?
Like 261,000.
Yeah, so we're about a third of that.
This has got an 8-inch Skyjacker lift kit on it, rolling on 35, 12.5 R20 tires, mud terrain tires, and then the wheels are Fuels. I'm not sure of the exact model, all I know is that they are Fuels. So it's a pretty good truck, I have to say that. Let's wash it off right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the cool things that I did notice about the truck is that it has some cool gauges here where you can check the boost, the EGT, fuel pressure, and transmission temperature, which is something you always want to get when you have a diesel, so you can make sure that everything's running spick and span.
Guys, we're here, we made it. We're in the 2001 Dodge Ram 2500 Cummins 24 valve turbo diesel. This thing is an absolute beaut. Let me give you a look at it. The 20-inch fuel wheels right here. The tires are 35s. It's 35, 12 and a half, 20. So the wheel size is 20. It's beautiful. It has an 8-inch Skyjacker lift, freaking 8 inches. You got the airbag suspension lift right here, makes it a lot easier. It's supposed to make it a smoother ride, but it didn't seem like it as much. A little bit of mods to the differentials. Right here's the rockers. Not my favorite part, but one of my favorite parts is right here. We got the MagnaFlow exhaust, always about the same size of my fist is what it seems like to be the memo around here. More fuel wheels. I really do love them. The leaf springs with the airbag suspension. That's always a beautiful combo. For extra towing capacity is the leaf springs. Toss whatever you want back in there. The Skyjacker is absolutely insane. You don't usually see coil springs in the size of 8 inches, but this thing is towering and it sounds like a school bus. They put Cummins in school buses and this sounds the exact same sport of it. It does have a muffler down here, but it doesn't have a cat. It really just depends on if you're trying to be nice to the environment or not. Us personally, in PA, we don't have to do emissions, so cats, they're not necessarily a necessity to us. Got the pumpkins right there. Solid axles all the way, you know how it is. But we got these to keep it a little bit more of a stabilized ride. Skyjacker is a really nice lift. Not as nice as Fabtech in my opinion, but it's still really nice. Let's take a look in the engine bay right here. Got the cool air intake, always a plus. Healthier for your engine. Pumps out a little bit more extra power. If you don't have a cold air intake, I would suggest you put one in there. It does have a turbo, and that adds for a much more beautiful sound coming out of the MagnaFlow. Oh, this thing is absolutely beautiful. Besides that, it doesn't look like there's really any more specific mods to it. It's really just your general 2500 24 valve Cummins turbo diesel. All in all, there doesn't seem to be a speck of dust or a speck of rust all throughout this baby. Really enjoying the looks of it. After seeing this, the 35s look small in comparison. We thought they might have been smaller just because of how big the lift is on this. It's insane. I do have more respect for the second gen after this. I've always been thinking to myself, I really need at least a 3rd gen, but I don't know. I'm still back and forth on that. I know I can't afford a 4th, and 1st gens are too hard to come by. So I've just been looking at the 3rds because that seems like the happy medium in that standard. Differentials look awesome. Like I said, you look around anywhere, there's no speck of rust. If there's any type of rust, you can scrape it off with your hand, if anything. There's nothing really cosmetically wrong with the truck. There's a few chips of paint here and there, but for being how old this truck is, you would expect something like that to be happening. The only problem with this truck, I have to say, is the fact that the bed has been scratched up. I don't know why people don't put liners in their beds, or maybe when they go to sell them, they take it out. I don't know. But it seems stupid to me to have a truck and keep it this nice and then to only throw everything in the back of your bed carelessly. Look at the truck one more time aesthetically. Here's from the rear. I'll bring it all around town. MagnaFlow right down there. 35-inch tires, 20-inch wheels, still looking really small. Taking you around for the fuel wheels are beautiful. Farmland, loving right here. Oh my gosh. So I am sitting up so high right now in the Skyjacker 8-inch lift. It's insane. The MagnaFlow exhaust is pumping out fumes right now. I cannot get over the way this sounds. 8 inches lift. I can't get over it. I'm sitting up way too high. We have the fuel wheels, are absolutely beautiful. 20-inch fuel wheels and 35-inch tires. The tires look very small in comparison because of the lift. It feels a little rocky. This is the hardest truck I've ever had to drive. Derek, do you have any things that you want to say about it? I know you just driven as well.
Feels a lot higher than the previous Duramax, so it makes it a hard decision on whether you want the Duramax or the Cummins.
We're sitting way higher than the last truck we were just in.
Trump sign.
Which way do you think we should go?
Anywhere to turn around, dude.
Always super fun trying to figure out where we're gonna turn in these things. Not used to driving in trucks this big with that big of a lift. Whoa! Cummins 2500, 24 valve, turbo diesel.
The only thing about the 2nd gens that I'm worried about is the VP44 fuel pump going bad, and people talking about how the 2nd gen transmissions aren't as good when they first came out, and this is an 01, so they have been out for a few years, but I'd be a little worried about things happening. So as long as the price is right, Brandon's going to be making the deal here.
I think it's about time I invested myself in a 2nd gen. If the price is right, we can talk them down $1,000 or $2, because it seems like we're gonna have to take a look at the gearbox. The steering is a little bad, a little rickety-rockety here and there. But if we can get them down $1,000 or $2, I think it's sealed the deal.
This is the monster truck Cummins, guys. This is different than all the other ones that we've tested before.